Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I am going to discuss and show you how we iterate Postman request with multiple set of data. Okay, so like here in the pet store Swagger APIs, we have one example. Find the pets by the status. So let's try this. Click on here. So we can pass three values: available, pending, and sold. Based on these value, we can retrieve the result. So now I'm passing the available. So it will give us the all the pets whose status is available. Okay. So now in the Postman, how we create a single test, single request, and iterate with all these three data. So let's create one API request. So this is the URL, endpoint URL, including the query parameters. So let's move on the Postman, and I'm going to create one request here. This is get pets by ID. Okay, and then pasted URL here. So query parameters automatically added here, right? Available status, and now we can parameterize this value, okay, for different values like pending, available, sold. So if we want to change the dynamic these value, we can change from the pre-request script section. So here we can create in the editor. Let's create one variable like array type status values, and in array, right, we can mention available, next value is sold, third value is pending. So three values I mentioned here. So what we can do, we can parameterize value from the collections. Okay, go to the collection, and in the variable section add one variable, like I am adding here status. Okay, and return back here. We can pass parameter here status. This value is coming from the collection. Now what we can do here, we can get one variable value. So this is current status variable, and then we can get shift. Okay, it will get the first value from the array, and then we can, let me console.log. Okay, so if I run, you will see automatically it will update. Okay, first let me call the pm dot collection variable dot set. So it will set the variable, and our variable is status, and the value we can put here current status. So now I'm running, sending the request. You can see getting the response for the available. So first value it fetched and set into the environment, collection environment, by using this line of code. Here you can see available is automatically set up. Okay, but this code will not help to run the test parallelly, multiple iteration. Okay, so because we want to run the test for each and every data. So let's create one more variables. This is the status values, where we can set up the array value. So now if I run the test, you will see one more variable will create under the collection and set remaining two values, sold and pending. Available test is executed on available, and now after that two values are remaining, so we can set up those values in a status variable, right? So this logic is done, and here we can also add the logic if. So first let's get array value, because if a value is exist in array, then we don't need to create here. Okay, we can fetch from there. So let's create variable. Let's status equal to pm dot collection variable dot get method, and here I'm going to retrieve the status value, and here we can check if not status or dot length is greater than 0, length equal to 0. If status value is not defined or status length is greater than 0, it means there is no value in the array. So in that case we can set up the value by using this array. Okay, so now if I run the test, you will see this is running for the sold. Why this is running from sold? Because first it is fetching the value from the array. Here there was two values available, and then this is not set up because the status value contains here and its length is greater than 0. Now its shift means sold is fetched from the status value, and then we are setting up the in status environment current status, right? And then status values we are setting. So next time if I run, it will run from the last value pending. Now if I run, because now you can see list is empty. Okay, so first it will fetch the value from the status variable here. Okay, so now what value we are getting? We are getting the blank value. If we are getting blank, there is nothing. It means status length is equal to 0. If this condition is true, then now the new status value will set up by using this array. Okay, and next line of code we are getting the value, so available will fetch and it will print here, and current value available will set up in status variable, and remaining two value will set up in status values variable. Okay, let me run. You can see it's running for available, and if I go in the collection variable, you can see available is added in status, and remaining two is added here. Okay, so in this way we can set up and get the values from the array. Now we want to run this test dynamically, okay, with multiple set of data. As of now it's running only one time. Even if I go and run the collection, one time this is running, and if I go here, you can see sold is now retrieve the value. But if we want to run in a loop, then we need to write some code in the test section. First, let's get value from the collections status value pm dot collections dot get status values. Okay, I captured the from the status value here. And then if we want to iterate, then we need to call the method postman set next method, set next request method, and there we can pass the method name, which method we want to run next. Like here is the pets by id. Okay, So now this will iterate the request, it will start running the next. So now if I run code from here, you will see test will run with multiple iteration. You can see keep running, but this is going infinite. Let me stop. If I go here, you can see pending, next value is sold, next value is pending, available. So now test is going to infinite. So how we iterate the test? By calling the postman set next request method, right? It will execute next. So now but we want to here stop. So when we want to stop here, when the array list value is blank, so we can set up here if condition, if status value, right, and status value length is greater than 0. If its length is 0 and status is value is not defined, then we don't need to run the next. Okay, so now let me run again. Clean the console output. Here run the collection, unchecked above, only running the get pets by id test. Click on the run button. Why this is running? Because here there was not blank, so one test was set up here, but if I run again, you will see it will run for each three values, running each three values. If I go here, you will see available. For the next, you can see sold. For next, you can see pending. So test is running for each and every value. Next, what we can do, we can also add here one condition. Test is automatically stopping, okay, when array is a blank. But if we want to also stop, so in the else part, we can just call the pm.set next null. Okay, and then let's create one assertion. Verifying status code is 200. Function, so pm dot response dot do dot have dot status 200. Okay, so this will also verify the status code is 200. So now let me run again the test. Okay, running only single test. Click on run button. You can see test is running for three data three times, and then here all the status is passed, there is no failure. Okay, if I want to more data, so just add the data in the array, like I'm giving here and dummy data. Now let me run. You will see now it will run 4 times. Run the test. So run 4 times. Last one is running with dummy data. Okay, so now hope this will be helpful, and you can run your test with multiple set of data, okay, in a loop. Okay, so if you like my video, so please subscribe the channel, click on like button, share this video to your friends, colleague, so that they can also get help. Thanks for watching the video.